Welcome everybody. All right, good. Welcome back everybody to another episode of AO at Night. I'm Malcolm Raymond, and we're here in Washington Square Park. This time we're not doing Times Square. There's a lot of people there, and we're done with the wheel. We're gonna give people $10 for the story. That's pretty much it. Tell me your wildest dating experience. Let's go. I wore cologne today, so I smell good. And your name is?
Annika.
Annika. That's a very pretty name. I need that because the guy behind us is vomiting. I need something good in my life.
Yeah.
Annika, for $10, tell me your wildest dating experience.
So, this one time a few years ago, I was going on a first date, and I had an internship in the city that got off kind of early in the day, like 3, 4, and I was supposed to go on a date with someone for dinner. So I was like, oh, I'll wait in the city for a few hours, and then we'll meet up for dinner. It's fine. And he worked in finance, and he was like, it might be on the later side, but I was like, oh, I've already waited for a few hours. I'm going to stick around and wait and not go back to where I was from in a different state. So anyway, I waited around, and he kept texting me, pushing off the dinner plans, and he was like, it's looking like it's going to be later, but you should still stick around. So I was like, okay. So I was waiting in a Starbucks, then the Starbucks was like, yeah, we're gonna close soon. And so I was texting him, and I was like, listen, it's getting kind of late, should I eat something? And he was like, no, why would you eat something? We have dinner plans. And I was like, oh my God, you're right, I'm so sorry. I would never eat something when we have these dinner plans. So I don't eat anything. We finally meet up, and we're walking for a block or two, and I'm like, oh, so is the restaurant over here? And he was like, what are you talking about? You didn't eat anything? And I was like, no, you told me not to eat because we have dinner plans. He's like, it's 9:30 at night. Obviously, I ate dinner already. What are you thinking? And I was like, oh, okay. So then I was like, you know what? I'm really hungry. I need to eat something. And he was like, okay, I'll just grab you something. He grabbed me a pack of Lunchables and gave me that to eat for dinner.
And you still went, don't tell me you went over his house.
No.
You went over his house.
No.
I don't believe you. You went over his house.
I did not. Okay. But I also found out that he lied about where he went to school. He said he went to Dartmouth. And then I had, because I was in an internship.
I went to Dartmouth.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh. I guess I'm gullible. No, so I had an internship, and someone in my lab group was from Dartmouth. So I was like, oh, I went on this terrible date with this guy who was your year at school. And she was like, I've never heard of him. And they have some alumni directory. So she looked him up, and she was like, yeah, no, he doesn't exist. And he told me he was on the tennis team. So I Googled his name and tennis. And sure enough, he came up on the tennis roster for another school that was definitely not Dartmouth.
He lied to you, wasted your time, and gave you Lunchables. Yeah. That is a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's a bad story. I'm sorry. But you get $10 though for telling me that.
Thank you.
And your name is?
Michael.
Michael, for $10, tell me your craziest dating experience.
I'll tell you one of the craziest. So, I was going to school in Miami, right? I was dating this girl. She was a bit older than me. She was 30 something, right? She was Haitian, right? So I'm dating this girl. One night, I think it's a great idea that I get a couple tabs of acid. So I hang out with this girl. We're at her house. I take the acid. Everything starts vibrating, I start getting, everything starts, the walls start breathing and all this crazy shit. So somehow we ended up playing with a knife. I was playing with a knife with her. She ends up grabbing the knife from me. I try to grab the knife back by the hand, by the front.
Hey.
So automatically I slice my hand open. I'm crying like a bitch. I'm like, please call the ambulance, please call the ambulance. She's like, no, I ain't calling no ambulance. So she comes out of the closet with some powder.
Oh, voodoo witch.
Right. She comes out with some powder shit. Some powder, and she puts it on my hand, and it closes the cut. It's just some powder, and it just makes it plastic. My hand turned into plastic. She ends up wanting to have sex. I was so high that I couldn't have sex. I couldn't get it out.
I'm sorry.
I could not get it up today. It was like this big. It was this big, and I could not get it up. So she's pissed. She can't get no dick. She is mad, boy. Pissed. So listen, I go in the living room, right? I'm like, I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. I'm looking at the fucking Netflix. And you know how on the Netflix, it tells you like the recents and shit, or like the slides start going by. So I'm high. I didn't even touch the remote yet. I'm just looking at the slides going by. All I see is the devil this, the devil's friend, the devil's neighbor. Call her into the room. I'm like, what is this shit? What is all this shit? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So now she's sitting next to me on the couch. She has a blanket because she just got out of bed. She has the blanket over her head and she's chanting. I think she's chanting some shit. I don't know. I'm high. So all I hear is under the blanket. So right. So I'm snatching the blanket off her head because I'm like trying to catch her in the act. You know, I'm trying to catch her saying some shit or chanting or doing some shit. And she won't let go of the blanket. Like, she's holding on to the blanket for dear life. Like, I thought she was, like, transforming or something. I didn't know what. I thought she was morphing into something. I was scared, man. I was very scared. I go outside, right, to smoke a cigarette. I see a snake on the floor outside. And this ain't no ordinary snake. I see a black black snake, like some voodoo shit. But man, I got the fuck up out of there. The next day, I had to leave. She scared the shit out of me.
And your name is?
Yaakov.
Yaakov. For $10, tell me your craziest dating experience.
My craziest dating experience was I was dating this really cool girl right before COVID started. And we kind of felt like we really enjoyed each other's company, but we wanted to do other things. So we both really like skiing. So we figured we're gonna go to France together, ski for a month, go to Paris, and then break up.
Quick question, hold up. Pause. So you guys met COVID, decided before you guys break up, we're gonna go ski together.
So yeah, we were dating before COVID.
Yeah.
And we were like, instead of just breaking up right away, let's go skiing, let's like make a trip out of it, go to Paris, it's gonna be romantic, we're gonna break up there.
I'm just trying to like assess, like, you thought it'd be a great idea, you guys, both of you, to let's spend thousands of dollars just to break up. We're gonna love each other, then break up and make memories. That's crazy.
Yeah, so then we go to France and it's February 2020. So we realize while we're there, because Italy at the time is having a terrible experience with COVID. So we realize that France is kind of similar, that most likely, like, I wanted to go back to New York and be single, and she wanted to travel the world. We realized, like, that was not really going to happen. So instead of, like, breaking up, we end up moving in together.
Hold up. That's a turn, okay. Are you guys still dating at this point, or?
Yeah, so we broke up. We like decided, like, yeah, we're gonna go through this breakup, and then we look around and like nothing is open and no one's around, and we're like, this is like the apocalypse. So we're like, let's go through the apocalypse together. We're gonna go skiing. We can do COVID.
And then all of a sudden, like, now we're married with 2 kids, and I'm sorry, wait. What?
So
I'm so confused what's going on. This is like the longest breakup ever.
It was long. We end up getting back to New York, which is like its own story for a different TikTok. We end up moving in together with her mom.
Stop. These turns are fucking... I gotta stop that. You're messing me up right now.
Yeah, so it's like her mom's 2-bedroom apartment. We move in there. Her mom gave us the space we could quarantine after coming back from Europe. So she moves in with her ex for 2 weeks, and then she comes back in, and it's like a small apartment, and it becomes like quite a miserable experience. It's like the holidays, so we're like Zooming with family, and we're working from home, and we're like, we gotta get out of here. And my family has like a little cottage in like northern Canada. My family's Canadian, so I was like, look, if we get married, we can go to Canada.
It went from breakup to marriage. I need you to leave. What? What?
Well, just across the border. It's just like a legal thing, it's not a big commitment.
Okay.
But she said no to that. Instead, we ended up renting a van together and driving downtown, or to Florida from New York. We drove like down across the country. there's a lot of subplots to this that I'll leave out. But we're there. We're staying at an old people's community in like Palm Beach, and we decide we're gonna buy a car together.
All right, man. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is like the longest break. What? Why?
Well, because we had the insight, because in Europe, like, COVID was a very significant ordeal. In America, people had less information, so we knew it was going to be another year and a half. So it's like, let's just buy a car. And we decided we really wanted, like, this big, sweet Jeep Wrangler, like, and at this point, like, I still had this job. I was, like, crushing it at work. It's like a year and a half in, and I see that I have a one-on-one meeting with my manager on the calendar, so I'm like, I'm getting promoted. We're going to buy this Jeep. And we're gonna, you know, drive across the country.
Don't tell me you got fired.
So yeah, I'm like, he's like, you're fired. And I was like, can I still get the promotion? Like, I deserve it. And he's like, you are fired. I was like, yeah, but like in the Army, like once I'm gone, just like give me the rank, you know? And he was like, no, you're gone. So like that day, while I still technically had a job, I got an auto loan.
This is the worst. I feel bad for you right now.
Don't worry, it gets worse. It gets worse.
There's more. I'm here for it. Let me just get comfortable.
So we buy this car, and like I grew up driving a stick shift car, so I was like, it has to be like a stick Jeep. It was like the sweetest car, and my girlfriend didn't drive stick, the girl I was dating. And so we're driving this car around, and we take it to the beach. It's like the second day with this car, and like right on the highway, like smoke starts coming out of the hood. We pull over to the side of the highway, and like it's fully like on fire. So we like set up our beach chairs. We've got watermelon. We're kind of just chilling. We call the dealer like, hey, yo, our car is broken. We want to return it. And so they're like, yeah, no problem. We'll pick it up. They like take the car back, and I was like, dope. Like, I just really need a refund, because I have like this car on my credit card now. So they just sent me the refund, and they're like, yeah, we'll send you the refund. In the meantime, we're like, okay, we still need a car. So we find an identical big red Jeep Wrangler in North Carolina. So we drive up there, we buy that one. I still have the first car on my credit card. So I say to the dealer, like, look, like, there's no way this transaction is going to go through. Like, I just bought one of these in a different state, and I put it through, and like, no problem at all. Capital One's like, this guy needs more Jeeps. Now I got 2 red Jeeps with this girl like I just moved in with. We're supposed to break up, and neither of us have jobs.
All right, man. I'll make your day. I'm gonna give you $10 right now, because you deserve it. You just, God damn. That is a crazy story. Wow. On her, right?
No, it's not her.
Oh, okay, cool. What's your Red Bull ketchup? That's the episode. That's crazy. I like hearing stories.
Yeah.
And that was a really good one.
I will say the story escalates.
There's more.
Yeah, it gets way more intense.
Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, really?
Don't worry about it.
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing.
What's wrong? What happened?
Nothing. The guy's behind
Oh, yeah, we can get that on the cam. That's fine. You just gotta tell me your wildest dating experience. You get $10.
Huh?
Tell me your wildest dating experience. You get $10.
My wildest art.
And your name is
Naya.
Naya. For $10, tell me your wildest dating story.
All right, so my wildest dating story is I was with this girl, and I met her on Tinder. You know how Tinder is. She's very skeptical. So I meet up with her, and when I see her, it's a totally different girl. She doesn't even look at how she looks at her Tinder profile. But
You got catfished?
catfish? Yeah, I got catfish. But me being nice, I played the whole date out through, right? I spent time with her, you know, I bought her food, whatever. And then the date comes to an end, she tries to kiss me, and she has like sores and shit all over her.
Oh, no. Oh.
I'm like, I'm not kissing you. So I ghosted her. I never texted her ever again.
She had sores on her mouth?
Yeah. So the lesson here is don't date from Tinder. There's a lot of weirdos. You never know what you find.
That could have been hers.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. You got $10.
All right, thank you.
All right. And your name is?
Ken.
Ken. For $10, tell me your craziest dating experience.
Alright, so I was dating this boy like about a year ago, and I like moved in with him after a month.
A month?
Yeah, hold on.
That's a little too quick.
It was yeah, I moved in with him for a month. We stayed with each other for like 9 months, but when I came back, I started dating this new boy, and it turns out that was his brother. Okay, he lived in New York too, so I didn't.
So
know.
you got a type, obviously.
Yeah, they were for rads.
So who's the better brother?
First one. I ain't gonna say no names though.
All right. All right, man. You won $10. Thank you so much.
No
Thank
problem.
you. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Those were some really good. I can't stop laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. Apparently there was stuff going on behind me, and I hope it was funny. I couldn't see it, so I'll see it on the camera though. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll get you on the next episode. Bye, everybody.